Thank you for visiting www.sanjoseshortsalespecialist.com. This part of the video consultation is about deficiency issues after a short sale. Do I have to pay any money back to the lender? This is probably one of the most important aspects you need to be concerned with, and can be fairly complex and complicated and really varies depending on your situation. So I do a free consultation over the phone or in person to go over specifically what your situation might be, but this video is meant, if nothing else, to give you a general idea about this topic and get some more information out there about short sale. So what exactly is a deficiency? People ask me this all the time. Deficiency is basically, do I have to pay any money back to the bank after a short sale versus the amount that we sold it for and the amount that is actually owed on it? And the answer is, well, it really depends on your situation. There are a lot of variables that are involved in determining whether or not you have to pay a deficiency back. So you may have to, you may not. It really depends on what your situation is. But let's look at those examples so you have an idea about what some of those variables are that are involved in that. One can be, what your state laws are, what type of loan you have, when you pulled out the loan, who your bank or servicer are. It can even get down to the representative that you're dealing with at the lender. It can even get further down into the realtor that you have negotiating for you. But ultimately, in determining whether or not you'll have to pay deficiency, what it comes down to is what does it say in the approval letter that you get at the end of the negotiation process. So how do I know if I have to pay a deficiency or not? Well, it depends. What's the situation you're in? And what I mean by that is we really have to back up for a minute, and in order to understand this, we need to understand what type of loan it is that you have. Basically, there are two types of loans out there that you can have on a property. One is a non-recourse loan. A recourse loan is basically where the bank has the ability or right to pursue the homeowner for any loss or deficiency. The second is a non-recourse loan, where the bank does not have the right or ability to pursue the homeowner for a deficiency. So what type of loan qualifies as what? And these are just examples. This is not the guarantee, but just to give you, at least if nothing else, a general idea about what it might be. Typically speaking, seconds and equity lines of credits are recourse loans. And typically speaking, non-recourse loans are purchase money loans, which is the loan you originally had when you purchased the property. However, laws have changed so that now if you've refinanced your first loan, or if it's a purchase money loan, that is now typically a non-recourse. That's a new law, came into effect January 1st, 2011, SB 93-1. So now if you've refinanced the first loan on the property for a primary residence, that will now typically be a non-recourse loan. However, equity lines of credits and refinances for seconds still are typically recourse. But some seconds are purchase money loans, which would make them non-recourse. So it really depends. So let's say you have a recourse loan. What are your available options? Well, there's different ways around this, and it really changes, and this is part of the negotiation process that we go through, and this is why you want to have someone good that's negotiating for you. But one of the things is we can sometimes have the first loan, the non-recourse loan, will pay the second loan to release their lien or position against the property, so you won't have to worry about a deficiency. In other cases, the buyer might be able to pay some money. In some cases, you might only have to pay a portion of that amount. In some cases, if you don't have that large amount to pay or small amount to pay even, you can carry a small note. In some cases, it's all negotiated. The benefit is that this is all negotiated versus, say if you let the property go into foreclosure, you would technically speaking owe the entire amount, whereas in a short sale, at least this deficiency amount can be negotiated. And you want to review the other video, benefits on short sales, for more information on this, but it really depends on your situation. There is no guarantee on this. It's all part of the negotiation process and a lot of the other variables that are involved as well. This is just, if nothing else, to give you an example on some possible ways. So please remember to give me a call specifically on your situation so we can give you an idea about what this might be for you. And as I stated before, it ultimately comes down to what's stated in that approval letter. And you'll have the opportunity, of course, to review that approval letter with the real estate attorney to make sure you don't have any exposure there. And you want to make sure you have someone good that's negotiating for you so you don't have any problems. The unfortunate reality is most agents in this industry, you know, have done like maybe 1 or 2 or 0 short sales. I've worked with just about every major lender, so I can tell you what you might be able to expect, but by no means that's not a guarantee, and we won't know for certain until the final stages when the bank issues their approval letter. So I am willing to give a free consultation either in person or over the phone to go over specifically what that situation would be for you, so at least if nothing else you'll be better informed and be able to make the best decision for your situation. And let's say, for argument's sake, if you do decide to work with me on the short sale, you can cancel at any time. We will, of course, give you a copy of your approval letter so you have the opportunity to review that with a real estate attorney, and we can review your available options and what it says to you at that time, so you don't have any exposure there either. And that does conclude our video consultation here about deficiency issues. Everyone's situation is different, so as I mentioned earlier, I am willing to do a free consultation over the phone. And again, thank you for visiting www.sanjoseshortsalespecialist.com.